All right, we just finished this part. Now we have to make a stop so when this wheel turns it doesn't send all the rubber bands going at once. So we have to have a stop down here when we pull the trigger. So I'm going to set my trigger. I'm going to grab it and pull it down here so I can see it in relation to my wheel. Right click, edit the definition, and I'm going to turn it. So this would be like when I pull my trigger to let a rubber band go. Is this going to stop the wheel from spinning enough so that it'll catch a rubber band, so all of them won't go flying at once? I mean, it looks like it might actually work right now. So we're going to turn the wheel and see what it looks like. So we pulled our trigger. We can edit the definition of the wheel. This one would go by, and we want to kind of stop. We want to stop kind of right about here, though, about halfway between this point, between our two stops on our wheel. So we want to make an actual stop right about there somewhere. So we got that in position. Let's go back to our actual trigger. We'll turn on our display axes. We're going to sketch on the top plane again, and we're going to kind of just put a stop in there. So we want to stop kind of right about here. So there's nothing really we need to reference. We can just draw. Let's just draw. I'm going to draw just a triangle in here. That should work for my stop. Change these to some nice even numbers, so we can change it however we need to. Let's make that one stick out a little longer. We'll make that one 6. That's about 15. And we'll make that about a 40-degree angle. That looks beautiful. Now all our numbers, well, let's change this one to a 90. There. That looks good. Nice even numbers. We got that. We'll extrude that out to 6 millimeters. Hit the green check. So that's our initial stop. I'll do a save. And to get rid of old versions, I'm going to go to Manage File, delete all the old versions of this trigger, and see what it looks like on my assembly now. Oh, and that looks like it will catch my wheel right about where I want it to. That's good. That's good. I'm going to put a rounded edge on it, just so it's easier for the computer to print. Let's try a 0.5 and see what that looks like on the assembly. It looks like it still should work if we adjust the wheel. My first guess, that should stop right about there. That would be fine. Now let's go back, take the trigger, move it below the wheel. Now we can edit the definition of the trigger and see what happens when we let this go. Oh yeah, and it's going to go back. It's going to have plenty of room to let it by. So we've added that. We just got lucky the first time, but all you would have to do is just adjust it until it fit, and you would be ready to go.